All right, shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
We're the brothers of the Great Millstone, Charleston, Great Millstone, Dallas. The brother Yuan. All right, Great Millstone, Myrtle Beach reunion, kind of, you know.
Yeah.
um, Back again, bringing the word out. Uh, prophesying the downfall of this kingdom. All right, but right now, we want to go into new brothers coming into the faith. When you come into the faith, uh, this walk and how this walk is going to be for you. It's not going to be easy for you. Sometimes it'll be the most difficult thing that you take on, but with the Lord and by the Word, you'll be able to endure. So, without further ado, we want to give our praises to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham Rakak Wadash. All right, Lord willing, there's no feedback. We're recording out for two cameras. So, first scripture we'll start off with. Um, you said John 14 and 1, start at the top.
John 14 and 25.
25, 25, fine. All right. John 14 and 25. These things have I spoken unto you, being yet present with you. But the
Mm-hmm.
Comforter, which is the
He was yet.
Holy Spirit, whom the Father will send in my name, he shall teach you all things.
Yeah, man. So while he was yet with us, he was the comfort. But now that he left, he sent the Holy Spirit, the understanding of the scriptures. Okay. That's what comforts us. If somebody could get Psalms 119 and 50 real quick, and somebody else can get Ephesians 2 and 1. So when you heard this word, man, you were what? You were being a nigga in the world, you was doing all that, but you was quickened when you heard this word, man. All right. So somebody got the Psalms real quick.
Yeah, I got that Psalms. This is the
Okay.
book of Psalms, chapter 119 and verse 50. This is my comfort in my affliction, for thy word hath quickened me.
Yeah, you were quickened, man, pursuant to this word. Now, if you go to Ephesians 2 and 1, it'll say basically the same thing, man. I'll get Ephesians 2 and 1 real quick. Let me get it.
Ephesians 2.
Yeah, Ephesians 2 and 1.
Ephesians chapter 2, verse 1. And you have he quickened, who were dead in trespass and sins.
Yeah, man. So you were those dry bones, but flesh came upon you, man, because now that you've been quickened to this word, and you were comforted in this time. And really, man, when you really get the fullness of it, you learn that we really won from the jump. Okay, everything's gonna be we're good. We know that the elect, they're gonna be restored as at the first, man. If somebody could get Isaiah 1 and 26,
Let me get that real quick.
if you got,
This is
because
Isaiah chapter 1, verse 26. And it says, and I will restore thy judges as at the first, and thy counselors as at the beginning.
all right, so
Afterward,
yeah, so when we're gonna go into Revelation, obviously, but you know that the elect, man, they're gonna get this thing no matter what. Okay, they were chosen before the foundations of the earth, but the foundation for that to happen, Yahawah's blood had to be shed. And when was Yahawah's blood shed? Go to Revelation 13th chapter and start at the 7th verse. Let's find out when Yahawah's blood was shed.
sorry, this is the book of Revelation, chapter 13, and verse 7. And it was given unto him to make war with the saints and to overcome them. And power was given him over all kindreds
And we
and
know that's the
tongues
wicked.
and nations.
We know in verse 7 that's the wicked. It's gonna come a time where they're gonna come against us. The antagonist of the movie is gonna come against us, but we know we got the victory. And Yahawah's blood being shed was when we got the victory. And in verse 8, continue reading. That's the point.
Verse 8. And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose names are not written in the book of life of the Lamb, slain from the foundation of the world.
Okay, so he was slain from the foundations of the world. So it just had to play out during the time when the Romans came on the scene. But we won from the jump, man. All right, we won from the jump. Now we were in John the 14th chapter. Go back. I think we're in verse 27. Hey, Shalom, I'm about to Elder Natazakba on the comment board.
Shalom, shalom, Yahawashi, Yahawah.
So John 14:27.
27. The book of St. John, chapter 14, verse 27. Peace I leave with you. My peace I give unto you. Not as the world giveth, give I unto you. Let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid.
Mm-hmm.
Ye have heard how I said unto you, I go away and come again unto you. If you love me, you will rejoice, because I said I go unto the Father, for my Father is greater than I.
Yeah, so he had to go into the Father, man, and he left with us that comforter. Now we go to Revelation, the 14th chapter, and we start at the top.
This is Revelation chapter 14, verse 1, and it says, and I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on Mount Zion,
Yahawashi.
and with him 144,000, having his father's name written in their foreheads. And I heard a voice from heaven, as the voice of many waters, and as the voice of a great thunder. And I heard the voice of harpers harping with their harps, and they sung, as it were, a new song.
A new song. So that new song is this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, man. And that's what comforts us, because now that we can't be thrown off guard by anything in the world, because we've been given the script. We know exactly how things are supposed to play out. We know the things that are going to happen. They may be uncomfortable at times. Okay. We may feel bad about it at times, but at the end of the day, we know we win, and we know the playbook on how to navigate these things when they do happen. Continue on, brother.
All right, this is Revelation 14:3, and they sung, as it were, a new song before the throne and before the four beasts and the elders, and no man could learn that song but the 144,000.
So we know the elect are here. It said before the four beasts, before those four great kingdoms. So we know the elect are here, and pursuant to what the elect will be, what the elect will be doing, they're gonna be standing a lot of the prophets. They're gonna be going through similar things that Yahawashi was going through. And, Lord willing, we're a part of that number. But when you look at the criteria, man, we might be those men. So we're confident in that, because this knowledge ain't given to everybody. So that's comfort. All right, you can continue on.
Which were redeemed from the earth. These are they which were not defiled with women.
And the women are what? The women are those other philosophies and beliefs, man. Those that other bullshit in the world that's not going to get you salvation. Go ahead.
For they are virgins. They are
let me say that. And because you got some people that teach that, you had the guys, the Avengers for Yahawashi back a couple years back. They were saying that the elect are going to be virgins, literal virgins.
Yeah.
Niggas are simple, man. No, that's not talking about that. Go ahead.
These are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth.
Now, I just want to make a point off of that, because the elect are going to be virgins, man. What about them? So they're not going to be the elect? I'm sure they weren't virgins,
Con. It don't make sense.
All of the guys in the truth right now, man. Most of the guys in the truth, I would say 99% of the guys in the truth, they're not virgins. So
right,
that would take them out the equation.
Yeah. You got to think how many, brother, why would Isaiah 4:1 be happening? Why would man be a hiding place from the wind? Okay.
That's right.
You have scriptures talk about men being umbrellas for whole households.
You got prophets and wives. Peter had a wife.
They have wives and children, man. What the hell are you talking about? But niggas gonna be niggas.
And it said, these were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto the Most High and to the Lamb.
Yeah, man. So just the same way Yahawashi was the first fruit of the elect. Okay, we're gonna be the first fruit to basically the world, man. Because the elect are gonna be that governing body. So we're gonna be little versions of Yahawashi. Okay, so we have that inkling that we're those men. So like read verse 5. This is why we have the
Verse
inkling that
5
we're those
of
men.
Revelation 14, and in their mouth was found no guile, but they are without fault before the throne of the Most High.
Yeah, they had no guile, right? Meaning that there was no flaws in the doctrine. They had 100% truth. Ah, somebody has it. Somebody has 100% truth upon the earth, man. Right there, no guile. It was found no guile, for they were without fault before the throne of God, man.
That's right.
So the elect are going to be redeemed, and they're going to have that new song in their mouth. They're not going to have no guile, okay? Because they've been given that comforter, which was Yahawashi, who was made flesh. Yeah.
You want to continue on, brother?
That's it. That's it. Yeah, I know you had precepts, Brother Aaron.
Yeah, I'll start with Romans 15:4. All right, so for whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. So the things written in the scriptures were written for us to have hope and for us to be comforted in.
Mhm.
You know, just like the trials that certain prophets went through. All right, Ezekiel, matter of fact, Elijah, those things, and their deliverance from evil. So those are the things that we look for and we have hope on. Just like what's already written for us in prophecy is for the elect to be delivered. So we have hope on the elect being delivered because of what happened in the past. All right, now verse 5. Now, you got something,
So
brother?
if somebody could hold while you're reading it, somebody could hold First Maccabees 2:50, because you said we've been given hope because of the things that took place in the past. We know the Lord; He's not going to forsake those who who diligently seek Him. So that was.
All right. You want to read that?
No, you got your precept. I was just holding mine. I wasn't trying to cut you off, brother.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Verse 5. Now the Most High of patience and consolation grant you to be like-minded one toward another, according to Hamashiach Yahawashi. All right. So we're supposed to be one. We're supposed to agree on all levels, just like the elect. Okay. Amos 3:3. Can two walk together unless they be agreed? And that's what the elect have. That's what we have comfort in, because you can go to right now. This brother's in Dallas. The brother you're on, you're in Dallas. You can go to Dallas and you got like-minded brother. You know, you can go to California, like-minded brother. Just across the sea, the Atlantic Ocean, you can go to the brothers in London.
Yeah,
they're like-minded. You can be comforted in that.
Yeah,
we're all comforted in the same spirit. All right, we believe in the same things.
Yeah.
All right, the true prophecy.
Yeah.
Okay.
You've been given new family. You know, you've been given a whole new family. So it doesn't matter where you're at, man. Because part of this truth is you become divided in your house, because majority of the time your family, they're not going to be on the same page with you. I got a precept for you. This is 1 Corinthians 1:10. It reads, "Now I beseech you, brethren, by the name of our Lord Yahawashi Mashiach, that you all speak the same thing, and that there be no divisions among you." Again, like you mentioned, Amos 3:3, can't come together with everybody who comes with a different teaching. All right. But that ye be perfectly joined together in the same mind and in the same judgment.
That's right. If brother want to get that Maccabees 2.
First Maccabees 2:50.
Yes, I believe so.
All right, this is. Are you ready? All right, go ahead.
The book of First Maccabees, chapter 2, and verse 50. Now therefore, my sons, be ye zealous for the law, and give your lives for the covenant of your fathers.
So you when the Lord quickened you, like we read earlier, you became zealous for this thing. You felt compelled to learn of Him. You felt compelled to go out there on the highways and byways and do your part. That's not by any coincidence, man. That's because from the womb, just like Jeremiah, you were chosen and ordained to fulfill a particular purpose. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 51, call to remembrance what acts our fathers did in their time. So shall you receive great honor and an everlasting name.
All right, so it goes on to list a bunch of role models for us, and it's comforting that because it's each of those accounts. Those men went through much adversity. They went through affliction. They dealt with different things, and we see that the Lord sustained them through those adversities. So that you're not when you decide to walk this walk and you're going through your troubles, you know this. It's not like it's, oh, I hope the Lord looks out for me. No, he's done it time and time and time and time again. You know he's gonna. So you've been given that gift of faith, and you have proof, written proof that the Lord comes through. So it's just like, man, you're comforted time and time again, even though it doesn't feel good to the flesh. Your flesh wants immediate gratification. Your flesh wants to be praised and feel special all the time, and be okay. But forget your flesh. You learn to reject the flesh, and we all work on it. We struggle, but you learn to reject the flesh in this walk, and your spirit is being built up. All right, like the scriptures say, although our outward man perish, our inward man is renewed day by day. And you can read some of the examples. You can read some of them and then jump down to about verse 60.
Jump down to 60.
Yeah.
Verse 60. This is the book of First Maccabees, chapter 2, verse 60.
Oh, you could I was saying you could Salakia, my fault. You could read some of the accounts of the men that the examples, and then you could jump down to 60. Yes.
I'll start out at 52. Was not Abraham found faithful in temptation, and it was imputed unto him for righteousness? Joseph, in the time of his distress, kept the commandment and was made Lord of Egypt.
And Joseph, man, that the heartbreak Joseph went through, man. His own brother sold him into slavery, and you had to watch them and look them in the face. They sold him into slavery. You know what I mean? Think about the psychological turmoil that he was going through, man. Think about that happening to you if you were sold to another people, you were trafficked off to another people by the brothers that you grew up with, only to come to the realization later in life that he had that happen on purpose so that you could deliver those same loved ones. You know what I mean? So to not have faith that the Lord's gonna come through for us, man, would be so foolish. But again, faith is a gift. It's not gonna be bestowed upon everyone. You had something, brother? But yeah, you can jump to 60 now. But you had something, brother Aaron?
No, keep going.
Okay.
Good. You got it.
Jumping down to 60. Daniel, for his innocency, was delivered from the mouth of lions. And thus consider ye throughout all ages that none that put their trust in him shall be overcome.
Yeah, so none that put their trust in him shall be overcome, man. Continue on.
Verse 62, fear not the words of a sinful man, for his glory shall be dung and worms.
Yeah,
Today
so
he shall be lifted up, and tomorrow he shall not be found, because he is returned into his dust.
Yeah, so we know that. Yeah, so we know that our enemy is against us, and it looks like he can't be beat. But at the end of the day, we know that we get the victory at the end of the day. All we have to do is keep the course.
That's right.
All right.
At the end of the day, our true adversary is in the spirit. We can see things in the physical, but truly we're fighting things in the spirit and in the spiritual realm. All right. Can I get Ephesians 6? We'll just not back off of that.
This is Ephesians chapter 6, starting at verse 10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places.
That's right. So we're dealing with Esau and his warlocks. I mean, and it's all fueled, powered by the spiritual demon Satan, all right, who was given power by Yahawashi to do these works to test us. So, we know through Job, through Job's trials, that the Lord is going to he's going to turn up the heat on the furnace for us. Just to try us, as gold is tried and silver, so that we may be acceptable, so that He can prove us acceptable. And what was I looking for? Sirach 2,
Yeah, 2-1.
Sirach 2 and 1, and then I want to get to 6. Brother, did you have something?
Who, me?
Sirach, yeah, I don't know if I cut you off or anything.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Go on.
Start from the top.
Start from the top off.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 2, verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure.
So we have to endure all the suffering that we receive, because it's for our good. It's for our growth. To endure that suffering is to become hardened. What are we becoming hardened in? Through the Spirit, so that we can fight the wiles of the devil, man. And that's all spiritual. We're fighting a spiritual battle. And if we can go to we can hold, what is it? Let's see, 2nd Ezra 7:56. And brother, you can keep going with the Sirach too.
All right. It says, verse 2 says, set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble. Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate.
So all the battles we fight, and the fact that we're in this low estate right now, it's all the conditioning. It's all the conditioning, because we're really, I think you say this all the time, Brother Yuan. You say we're auditioning for kingship.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what we're doing. We're really auditioning for kingship, to be rulers in the new kingdom of heaven. And the Lord has to test us. The Lord has to, try our reins, make sure that we're fit for the position. And that's what He's doing. Keep going up.
Verse 5, for gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity.
That's right. Acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. The Lord is turning it up. And we know that when He turns it up, we're getting close to the end. We're getting close to the end. And just remember, let me see if I can find the scripture. It says, the Lord will not give you more than you can handle, basically.
More than you can bear, yeah.
Yeah, man. The Lord will not give you more than you can bear. So everything that you receive, just know that the Lord believes that you can bear it. He has faith in you to bear all the chastening that He gives you. Okay, let's continue on to verse 6.
Verse 6, believe in him, and he will help you.
Salakia, what was you at? You was at 3, right?
5.
5. Start at 5 off. Salakia.
For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Believe in him, and he will help you. Order thy way aright, and trust in him. He that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy, and go not aside lest ye fall. He that fear the Lord, believe him, and your reward shall not fail. He that fear the Lord, hope for good, and everlasting joy and mercy.
I think that's it right there. I'm looking for, what is it? Sirach 12?
Was that
Ecclesiasticus 12?
were able to bear, or which one?
No, Ecclesiasticus 12 and 6. Well, I'm thinking it's the chastening, or is it
Hebrews 12.
Hebrews 12. Con.
Hebrews 12. I'm gonna start at verse
6. For whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth, and scourgeth every son whom he receiveth. If ye endure chastening, the Most High dealeth with you as with sons. For what son is he whom the Father chasteneth not?
Mm.
But
That's right. So the Heavenly Father through Yahawashi, He's going to chasten you because you are sons. Because
Yeah.
we're going to be the elect are going to receive the joint rulership with Yahawashi.
Yeah. If I might add.
Go ahead.
Yeah, if I might add, like the brother's going to, we're joint heirs with Yahawashi, and going back to the statement we're auditioning for kingship. When kings have princes, when they have sons, they put those princes through certain trials. Their whole childhood, they're putting through certain trials. They learn certain things. The father put certain burdens on them, so when they step to the throne, they're prepared. So right now, the Lord puts us through afflictions. He puts us through different trials. He has us go through these things the same way you groom a prince for the throne, and we're princes being groomed for that throne.
Con. But yeah, that's it. And that's it on that. Brother, you want to add something else?
Oh, go Philippians 4:11. You can go there. You know,
Let's see.
because we got to learn how to be when we're brought. Right now, we're learning how to conduct ourselves when we're brought to a lower state, and then after that, you get to Philippians 4:11. You can go and get the 2 Corinthians 4:16 on down, and then you can go get the Job 2:9. You know, it's so many places you can go. Yeah, you know.
If a brother can get that on in the book, this computer is acting up.
I can get I'll get the Philippians 4:11 in real quick, and then somebody else could get the 2 Corinthians 4:16.
Got it. Con.
All right. All right. So this
This is the
Philippians.
book of Philippians, chapter 4,
Okay.
and verse 11. Not that I speak in respect of want, for I have learned in whatsoever state I am, therewith to be content.
So we learn how to be, through this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. We learn how to be, sufficient with our daily bread. We learn how to have composure in times of trouble. Okay, we're not easily shaken or rattled by things that take place around us. Okay, and that's going to be a wonderful characteristic to have as this world circles into pandemonium. All right, continue on verse 12.
Verse 12. I know both how to be abased, and I know how to abound. Everywhere and in all things I am instructed both to be full and to be hungry, both to abound and to suffer need.
We're chameleons, man. And we're chameleons, though. So no matter what situation we're thrown into, we know how to operate in righteousness. We don't become a different person or fall victim to the flesh because things get tough or hard. That's a sign of that's what makes someone weak. When they let go of their principles because of affliction came, adversity happened. No, the sign of somebody that's mentally strong is that they're able to stay their course, stay on their purpose that they've been given, okay, regardless of outside circumstances. So yeah, that's the point on that. Now, the 2 Corinthians, the 4th chapter, if somebody has that, or I can get it.
So awkward, bro.
2 Corinthians.
Yeah, I got it. It's all good. I got it. All right, this is 2 Corinthians chapter 4 and verse 15. For all things are for your sakes, that the abundant grace might through the thanksgiving of many redound to the glory of the Most High.
Mm-hmm.
For which cause we faint not, but through our outward man perish, but though our outward man perish, yet the inward man is renewed day by day.
So we're renewed day by day by what? that comforter that we went into at the beginning of the stream.
That's right.
Okay, we renew and by acting, all right, being doers of the word. All right. So we're renewed. Our inward man, our spirit is renewed day by day. Verse 17. Bible Shah.
I got it. There you go. Real quick.
Verse 17. For our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory.
For our light affliction, right? Which is but for a moment. This this compared to what we're getting ready to receive, the immortality, the dominion over people, lands, the knowledge of the elements. We're gonna have, like the scriptures say, man, we're gonna be given pleasures evermore. So us going through affliction that we go through here on this side, man, this is nothing. This is a great deal. So we're not to be in the spirit that Esau was in when he sold his birthright for some abominable meat because he wanted instant gratification. We're not to be in that spirit. You see? Can you read that one more time, Baba Shah? I think your mic is muted. I can't hear you guys. I think the mic is muted.
All right.
Okay, yeah. Could you read that one more time, Baba Shah?
So this is the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 17. For our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory.
An eternal weight of glory. Continue on.
Verse 18. While we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal.
So we have that faith. We're able to believe in things that are not seen with the carnal eyes. We seek, like it says in 2 Peter, the new heavens and a new earth, which those who haven't been given the eyes can't see that. The fact that you're able to even see what the Lord is doing here is an inclination a group may be a part of in itself, which should be another faith booster within itself. All right. Now somebody can get the Job 2 and 9, and somebody else could get the James 5 and like 10.
So this is the book of Job, chapter 2 and verse 9. Then said his wife unto him, dost thou still retain thy integrity?
So Satan was using Satan was using Job's wife to test his integrity, to test his mental fortitude, right? Which many people can be used around you. The Lord sometimes he'll have people in your life just so he could use them as a vessel to test you. All right, really is building you up. But Job's wife was used in this instance. Go ahead, brother. Sorry.
Verse 10. But he said unto her, thou speakest as one of the foolish women speaketh. What? Shall we receive good at the hand of the Most High, and shall we not receive evil?
So when you come into Shalakia, go ahead and finish it. Sorry.
And all this did not Job sin with his lips.
So this is the mind state that we are to have in this walk. Okay, you understand that the Lord is balanced, man. You're gonna be tested. You're gonna receive evil from the Lord, and you're gonna receive good. But the evil that you receive is not to break you, like the brother Aaron went into earlier. Man, he's not gonna give you anything more than you can bear. It's to like it says in Sirach, the acceptable man are tried in the furnace of adversity. All right, so did you put that fire of adversity. When you put gold in it to burn out the impurities, you keep that gold in the fire till you could see your reflection in it. Yahawashi is holding the gold, and he's going to keep us in the fire and refine us until he sees his reflection in us, till we become little versions of him. See?
That's right.
Yeah. So James, the 5th chapter.
All right, this is James chapter 5, verse 10. Take my brethren, the prophets, who have spoken in my name, Salakia, who have spoken in the name of the Lord.
Again, the name is very important. Again, the name is very important. They said the prophets will be speaking in the name of the Lord. So there's another box to check to who the elect are. If you're of the elect, right here in James is saying they're gonna be what? Speaking in the name of the Lord. They're not gonna be talking
Right.
about we don't got the name yet, or saying Christ. They're gonna be speaking
Right.
in the name of the Lord. So another one of the, so if you're trying to figure out who the Lord is dealing with, one of the boxes that the elect have to check is they're gonna be speaking in his name, and they're gonna be confident in it. They're gonna be like, hey man, this is the name of the Lord, this is what it is. They're gonna be bold as a lion in the understanding that the Lord has bestowed upon them. They're not gonna be like, oh, we don't really got their Hebrew and da-da-da. They're not gonna be like that, man. There's certain
Mhm.
boxes you have to check to be a part of this fold. Could you read that again, Baba Kashar?
This is James chapter 5, verse 10. Take my brethren, the prophets, who have spoken in the name of the Lord, for an example of suffering, affliction, and of patience. Behold, we count them happy which endure. Ye
We
have
count
heard
them
of the
happy which
patience.
endure. And then we just got out of Job, the second chapter, and it's gonna go on to say you've heard the patience of Job. Go ahead.
And it says, Ye have heard the patience of Job, and have seen the end of the Lord, that the Lord is very pitiful and of tender mercy.
That's right.
Okay, we heard it. So you go ahead, brother.
Yeah, man. Job lost it all, and at the end of that, because Job endured, the Most High, all right, he gave him, you know, more than what he had before. So Job was what he had was multiplied onto him because of the faith that he had. He endured which much long suffering.
Mhm.
Everything that Satan brought against Job, it was all endured. Even his woman didn't have the faith, man. His woman told him, you know, just curse God and die. And he
Right.
told her, listen, you speak as one of the
The
foolish
foolish
women,
one.
one of these heathens, man. We respect and we love and we reverence the Lord. The Lord is, you know, he can do good and bad. And in that scripture it said, in all this, Job did not sin with his lips. You know.
Yeah, man. So we were comforted in so many different ways, and we read in First Maccabees 2:50 on down all the different examples. Okay,
That's
if so, another example that we could go get is go to Hebrews the 11th chapter, the 24th
God.
verse. All right, and
That's right.
somebody could also go get the First Peter's 5:9. I think it's First Peter. If I'm wrong, let me know. But First Peter's 5:9.
You said the fourth verse, right? Oh,
Hebrews 11
or
and 24.
24? Okay, con. Con.
But if
24.
you want to start up early and make a point, go ahead.
Okay, con, because going back to our elders, you know, Abel, going back to Enoch, they
Mm-hmm.
walked with the Most High and
All right.
through faith, not knowing, not knowing in the sense that Esau knows, his science, not knowing in the sense of that, but knowing spiritually that there's gifts to come for serving the Lord. So these guys did what they had to do in order to serve the Lord. So I'll start at 4. It says,
Mm-hmm.
actually, I'll start at 2. Slovakia, 1. One is better.
Right. It makes
All right,
that.
Hebrews 11 and 1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. For by it the elders obtained a good report. Through
Mm-hmm.
faith we understand that the words were framed by the word of the Most High, so that things which are seen were not made of things which do appear. Okay, that's all going back into faith, having faith in the spiritual things. We look not to the physical, but we look to the eternal. All right, and those things that are eternal are not seen.
Yeah.
All right, verse 4. By faith Abel offered unto the Most High a more excellent sacrifice than Cain, by which he obtained witness that he was righteous, the Most High testifying of his gifts, and by it he being dead yet speaketh. So these are the things that would happen um for a man that has faith in the Lord. All
Right.
right, all types of deliverances. By faith Enoch was translated that he should not see death, and was not found, because the Most High had translated him. For before his translation, he had this testimony that he pleased the Most High. And it goes on. It goes on to speak about Noah.
Yeah.
Noah. Let's see.
It's structured just like First Maccabees 2, how it just starts to list off all the examples and reward for walking in faith.
And goes into Abraham, and you know all of our elders.
Yeah.
Elijah.
And Abraham was just like us, man. He was just
That's
like
right.
he grew up he grew up seeing the real Christmas, all the real pagan bullshit. And he came into this fold, man, through faith, and he walked after the Most High, man.
Yeah, he was in Babylon of all places, man. The
Yeah.
Ur of Chaldees.
Yeah.
So and his father Terah was a idol worshiper.
Yeah.
You know, he had to go through that, just like us. Our fathers were idol worshippers.
He was in a Gentile state, man, for real.
That's right. And you know, it's crazy because you hear a voice and the voice says, you know, leave your fathers, you know, and walk about, you know, leave the land of your fathers. He's like, are you gonna follow that voice? But Abraham did. Abraham did. He had faith. You know,
he did, bro. Damn.
He understood that by following that voice, and that was only through the Spirit. He understood by following that voice that he would receive blessings. You know? And his righteousness was confirmed through that.
Gone.
All right. You said 24?
Yeah, 24, 25, 24, I think.
Okay. Con.
Moses.
Hebrews 11 and 24. By faith, Moses, when he was come to years, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter.
All right, and you've come to years, and now you refuse to be called black, nigga, all these different things. You've woken up to your heritage. Okay. Verse 25.
African American, might I say.
Con.
You know.
Two Edomites.
Choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of the Most High than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season.
So we the Lord put the Spirit on us, and that gave us the eyes to see. And this place is going to be destroyed. Everything about this kingdom and this society is wicked. I'd rather suffer now and receive the everlasting and the eternal blessings later.
Revelation 20 and 4, I believe.
All right. Yeah, y'all go ahead and read that. Yeah.
Because you know, right now we're dealing with this dragon for a season. You know, we're dealing with this dragon that deceived the whole world for a season. So that's like the spiritual correlation right there. Moses chose not to live life in sin for a season.
Right.
And our people, the 2/3, they're doing that right now. They're living their life in sin for a season while the dragon is reigning.
Yeah.
But we're choosing not to do that. All right, and we're choosing to, you know, convert and practice the righteous, rehearse the righteous acts.
Yeah,
while this devil is reigning.
Decided to what? Seek righteousness, seek meekness, so that we can be hid in the day of the Lord's anger.
That's right, and it's going to get us persecuted, but we endure it for the Lord's sake. We endure it because the promises to come. We know that those promises will happen due to history. You got it up? Yeah. I think it's 20 and 4. But you can just find where the dragon deceived the world. Let me see if I can.
Let's stop the talk.
Okay, go on.
Revelation chapter 20, verse 1. And I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand. And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years, and cast him into the bottomless pit, and shut him up, and set a seal.
So he was bound. So that devil was bound at 1,000 years. You know, during what they call the Black Ages, which is the Byzantine Empire, that 1,000 years in Europe, and he was cast into the bottomless pit which is Europe for those who are new and are still learning. Okay, all the lands in the earth are basically pits, and the bottomless pit is Europe. Okay, go ahead. I know it's people. There's new people listening. We sometimes we read those stuff and
Fine.
we kind of
You
go
right off.
past it because we're so used to everybody.
Yeah,
There's new people, you know.
yeah. We know
Yeah,
the breakdown. So
yeah. So we just kind of we
we
be like
sometimes
zipping
skip
through it.
over it. You right off, con. That's
Yeah,
what's up.
no,
Says Revelation chapter 20, verse 3, and cast him into the bottomless pit and shut him up, and set a seal upon him that he should not deceive the nations no more. Till
so
the
during
1,000
that time
years.
period, during this time period, he wasn't able to deceive the earth. He wasn't able to push his vibration or his philosophies upon the
That's right.
nations. Okay. But after that, that's why during the Renaissance period, meaning the rebirth, he was able to be the full version of himself. He was able to be what the Lord created him to be, which he was created to be the deceiver. And he was able to do it by his blessing, which was the sword. Okay. So even this devil, man, he's still under the Most High's thumb. He's only doing what the Lord wants him to do. That's something you also must keep in mind.
That's right.
Slaki, go ahead, brother.
Says,
Go ahead and read verse 3 again.
yeah, verse 3, and cast him into the bottomless pit and shut him up, and set a seal upon him that he should deceive the nations no more, till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled. And after that, he must be loosed a little season.
So that little season that he's going to be loose is right now. We're in that little season right now, just like Abraham was in that season. He had to suffer in that season because he chose righteousness over wickedness. I mean, Salakia, Moses. Moses chose to suffer with his people, just like we're choosing to suffer now, for a little season.
Right. So yeah, if somebody also could get Proverbs 17 and 17 and Proverbs 24:10. Okay. And we never read the First Peter's 5 and 9. I can get that while you guys
5 and
get the
9.
other. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get it.
You got First Peter's up.
Yeah, I'll get First Peter.
All right.
Oh, you got it? Yeah. Go ahead.
This is the book of 1 Peter, chapter 5, verse 9. Who resist steadfast in the faith, knowing that the same afflictions are accomplished in your brethren that are in the world.
Yeah, man. So we've chosen, like Moses, to endure the afflictions, right? And we also must understand that we're not doing this alone, man. Like Aaron, like the brother Aaron, like Priest Aaron mentioned earlier in the lesson. Hey, man, you got brothers everywhere. You got brothers everywhere, and we're all going through similar things. You have men like us, young brothers. We're gonna encounter certain things that brothers who have been in this walk longer than us have already went through, and now we can reach out to those brothers for wisdom on those particular matters, and be comforted in that, man. The comfort comes in so many different ways. This is the most comfort that you could get, man. There's no comfort that matches up with this in the world.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's prophecy, man.
Yeah.
It's prophecy. It's the fact that the Most High is playing these things over and over again. He's just like beating it into our heads that this is what's going to happen. You're gonna go through suffering, and if you endure that suffering and you stay faithful, He's gonna deliver us.
God.
So in every trial, it's like that.
Yeah.
He gives us examples of where we should be, from the past.
Yeah. Con. Somebody got the Proverbs 17:17?
I got you all.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead. You got it.
This is Proverbs 17, verse 17. A friend loveth at all times, and a brother is born for adversity.
All right. So we're friends of Yahawashi. How do we know that we're friends of Yahawashi? Let's go to John the 15th chapter.
I got it up.
Oh, you got it?
All right, this is you want me to start that one up? Actually,
I think it might be no, it's not one. It's the start at verse
15.
13.
13?
Yeah.
Con.
No, 12.
12.
Salaki.
Yeah.
12.
Con.
12.
All right. Says, this is my commandment. Let me con. All right, this is John chapter 15 and verse 12. This is my commandment, that ye love one another as I have loved you. Greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends.
Yahawashi laid down his life for us, man.
That's right.
And right now, in return, what are we being? We're being living sacrifices. I believe, is it Romans 12 and 1?
Make thy body. I believe so.
Is it Romans 12? I'll get that really quick so you can stay there. I'm gonna do my part. I'm gonna read too.
Con.
Yeah, Romans 12th chapter.
So this is the book of Romans chapter 12, verse 1.
Brother has it.
Oh, you got it?
Okay, all right, cool.
Go ahead, Al.
Cool.
You
Okay.
got it. Con.
I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice. Holy.
Right, we're risking our life. And Elder Malcolm in Chicago, he always brings it in that way. He says shalom to the brother. I'm paraphrasing what he says. He says shalom to the brothers who are risking their life from day to day, doing this work. We're risking our lives. We become living sacrifices. Everything we do revolves around the spirit of Yahawashi Yahawashi. We stand stiffly for the things of Yahawashi Yahawashi. All right, so
Esau's going to come against that, Slaki,
right.
You say something.
Yeah, Khan, you're right. So we're reciprocating that love that Yahawashi showed us. Now we can go back to John, the 15th chapter. Oh, you still got it?
Say that again.
Okay. We can go back to John. We can go back to John, the 15th chapter now.
John 15. Actually, Slaki, I was on that. All right, John 15 and verse, let's see.
13 was it?
Verse 14. I can read 13 again.
Okay,
Greater
cool.
love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. Ye are my friends, if ye do whatsoever I command you.
Mm-hmm.
Henceforth, I call you not servants, for the servant knoweth not what his Lord doeth, but I have called you friends. For all things that I have heard of my Father, I have made known unto you.
Right. So we've been given the prophecies and the understanding of those prophecies, like the priest Aaron was going into. And that comforts us because we know exactly how things are going to turn out. We know the end of this world, the end of our enemies, the end of those who come against us, regardless of what they plan to do to us. We know that we have the victory at the end of the day, which is, again, comfort. All right. Yeah. Somebody can get Proverbs 24:10 as well, and I'll fall back.
Proverbs 24:10. All right, this is Proverbs 24:10. If thou faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small.
All right. Yeah, man. And the day of adversity is coming. But if you haven't built up your spirit enough to understand, all right, the things of Bahasham, Yahawashi, what's going to play out, what you have to endure, you don't even know that there's a Jacob's trouble. You're going to be SOL, man. You're not going to be able to endure. Your spirit hasn't been built up for the test. The Lord has shown us these things. He's made it known to us from his Father that these things are going to take place. So we've had the opportunity to meditate, be in the right mind frame and mindset for these things when they happen, man. Is it going to be easy? No, but we've been equipped to endure. All right. That was it on that.
Yeah, man. And the things that like the brother's saying, the Lord has left us. He's equipped us, all right, to endure. Is with this word, all right. You're going back into how you defeat Satan, man, is through the word. That's how
Yep.
you defeat Satan. So I want if a brother can get Matthew 4, I believe. Let's see. Let's see. 4 and 4. Actually, we can start at 1.
This is the book of St. Matthew, chapter 4, from the top. When Yahawashi led up of the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted of the devil.
That's right. So the devil, Satan, he tempted him. All right. Yahawashi, he went and fasted in the wilderness. All right. And while he was fasting to receive spiritual his spiritual blessings, the Satan tempted him. Go ahead, up.
Verse 2. And when he had fasted 40 days and 40 nights, he was afterward and hungered. And when the tempter came to him, he said, If thou be the Son of the Most High, command that these stones be made bread. But he answered and said, It is written, Man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Most High.
Right, and that's talking about the spiritual lessons, man, the living water, which is the word, but also the lessons and the the prophecy. If you stay in the word, if you have faith in the word, it's gonna bring you into life. Having true faith in the word. If you can get John 4:23.
This is the book of St. John, chapter 4, and verse 23. But the hour cometh, and now is, when the true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth.
That's right. Having the full doctrine, just like the brother was saying, the brother Yuan was saying, having the full doctrine, the name, all right, having the Most High, the armor of the Most High. That's gonna lead you into life. That's also called the bread, the living waters. Okay. Let's see. Uh, is there more on that? Can you read that again for me, Art?
Yeah, the book of St. John, chapter 4, verse 23. But the hour cometh, and now is, when the true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth. For the Father seeketh such to worship him.
That's right. And the Most High is seeking these men that's going to follow the word to worship him. All right. If we can get, I'm forgetting the scripture, but follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. Let's see if I can find it.
John 10, or no, that's the
Let's see. This is in Revelation 14.
Yeah.
Yep, the brother already read that.
Yeah.
we started out with that.
Yeah, it's all good. I just love like it's so nice to have to come out twice.
Yeah, that's right. We'll read that again. Yeah, go on.
Revelation 14 and 4. These are they which were not defiled with woman, for they are virgins. These are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto the Most High and to the Lamb.
That's right. Ultimately, that's the 144,000. But the 1/3 is going to be a part of that too. They're going to be led by the 144,000. These men, these virgins, all right, without guile, constantly just following the Lord. And ultimately, what it's going to come back to, everything's going to come back to the Lord.
Yeah.
And
again, can I
go ahead,
I just want to capitalize on the fact that it said no guile, not a little bit of guile in there. No, they're going to have 100% truth. So don't be dismayed or discouraged by anybody saying, "Oh, nobody has 100% truth." Yes, there's a particular set of men that the Lord has given them all of the understanding that they need for the appointed time. That's it.
Con. I'll back you up real quick. All right. This is Psalm 32 and 2. Blessed is the man whom the Lord imputeth not iniquity, in whose spirit there is no God.
All right.
So
So there, yeah, go ahead,
go
brother.
ahead, Art.
There's
That's
gonna
something.
be that subset of men, like I was saying, they're not gonna have 80% of the truth, and then you got to go get the other 20% from another group of guys who don't got it. That's confusion. So those who are new, you shouldn't be mixing and matching and learning from different groups that teach different things.
Mm-hmm.
That's not order, and that's not the spirit of our Father and His Son. All right.
That's right. You can't be comforted in things like a person saying you have to keep all the commandments. I mean, we can be perfect in this time without Yahawashi coming back and redeeming us. What's the point
Or
of the sacrifice?
yeah,
What's the point of him waiting to come back now if we're already perfect? What's the
Khan.
point of him coming back at all?
Yeah, you're making light of the stripes that He had to take so that we could be healed. Okay, and that it never fails. Anybody that really begins to fall out of the truth, little bit by little bit, they say, well, oh, the apostles, they went off on this. And then after that, they start saying, well, they start questioning things in the New Testament. Every guy I've witnessed in my short time in the truth, it's a pattern. They say the apostles and elders went off, and then they go off themselves trying to prove that
Right.
the apostles and elders went off. Then they start to question the New Testament. Then they question Yahawashi. Never fails every time. Okay, so you can't rock with guys who are teaching things like that, or a
Yeah.
guy that's telling you that there was demons that survived during the flood and they was under the boat. And
Yeah.
it's mermaids. Go on, bro. You
Yeah.
can't rock with somebody like that.
Or Jake, that tell you the 2/3 are going to be are not going to receive the kingdom. They're not going to be in
Yeah,
the kingdom.
a merciless Jake. When
Yeah.
nigga that in that case you shouldn't receive the kingdom because where is filthy rags.
That's right.
Not only were you sinning before you found this truth, but you were sinning in past life, after past life, after past life. You were just being a wicked.
That's
So
right. That's right. And whether or not a man comes in the truth is not by our will. It's
yeah,
not a him that runneth or him that but is it him is the Lord.
yeah.
I'm badly paraphrasing it, but yeah, it's the Lord that chose us to be in this thing. So we can't get prideful. We have to be contrite, humble, obedient to the Most High. But we can't be prideful and coming against our people. Yeah, we hate what they do, and our people are wicked. But at the end
And
of the day, the Lord has ordained mercy through the elect, through the remnant.
those
So
sure mercies of David.
that's right.
And to cut someone on that BS, talking about, oh, dude, there's going to be people that come into the fold during the 11th hour. When you go to Matthew, the 20th chapter, okay, there's going to be people. And if I don't want to go off on a tangent, but if you go to Matthew, the 20th chapter, it talks about, the laborers in the vineyard. It talks about people coming in within the 11th hour.
That's right.
Okay. Or the 11th hour is right before, it pop off. So it's going to be people that come in at the last second. You telling me that they have enough time to keep all the commandments and to be perfect, to even learn all the commandments? It's gonna be people that don't have the chance to even learn the fullness of it, but they're gonna know that they're Israelites and they want to offend less, whatever they can do. It's just what it is. So anybody saying that, man, they don't understand what this thing is about.
Yeah, you brothers want to chime in? Brothers got any scriptures to add?
This is something from earlier. 2 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 3. Blessed be the Most High, even the Father of our Lord Yahawashi HaMashiach, the Father of mercies, and the Most High of all comfort, who comforteth us in all our tribulation, that we may be able to comfort them which are in any trouble, by the comfort wherewith we ourselves are comforted of the Most High. So when we are in this truth, knowledge, and wisdom, we're gonna go through many tribulations. We're gonna go through different tests, trials of faith, like it says in First Peter, the first chapter. We're gonna be tested. This is all to prove that we're that acceptable gold that's in that furnace. And by the different experiences that we go through, we're growing, we're learning. And as we, get later years down the road in the truth, we're able to also comfort those that are coming in, to explain to the younger brothers or sisters or whoever that's going through the same thing or similar situations, that the Lord is with us,
God.
You got something up?
Yeah, this is the black brother. This is the book of Romans, chapter 8, verse 16. The Spirit itself bearing witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High. Verse 17. And if children, then heirs, heirs of the Most High, and joint heirs with Yahawashi, if so be that we suffer with him, that we may be also glorified together. For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared to the glory which shall be revealed in us. So that's part of the promises, man. Being the children of the Most High, but you have to endure the sufferings, just as our Lord endured his time, endured his sufferings, right? And then if you endure and you overcome it and get the victory through the blood of Yahawashi, then guess what? You become joint heirs with him, man. Meaning you will become a part of inheriting that kingdom, which is to come. And it tells you in verse 18 that the things that we go through in this present life, if you put it on a scale, it's nothing in comparison to what shall be received if we endure to the end, man. So,
Gone. That's right. Yeah, man. The Most High has in store for us, like the brother said, things that we can't even perceive in our minds right now. Paul said it himself, man. The things he saw, it was unlawful for him to utter it, man. Basically, he couldn't make words. He couldn't make words form that would describe what he saw, man. It was that beautiful, that glorious. So the kingdom of heaven, we suffer just this little bit of affliction for something exponentially greater.
Correct, right. You got to think. You got the wicked. Man, they're freaking miserable. They have access to every pleasure upon the earth, right? They have access to everything.
You're right.
Upon the earth right now at this time. But they're still miserable. They don't even enjoy it. It's like it gets to the point where, once you've done a certain amount of things, it's like there's nothing else. But for the Lord to say you're going to receive pleasures evermore, there has to be. So that means that there's exponentially more things that we're going to be able to experience and witness to enjoy the kingdom and righteousness for everlasting time period, for eternity.
Yeah. Can you imagine your children becoming a nation before your eyes? I can't imagine it. Like right now, we see 3-4 generations, maybe 5, but
like on TikTok when they had a mom and daughter to go, they be like, "Come on, man."
Yeah. And even in that state, it's like we see it, but these people, once you get to the 5th generation, it's like that's it. We're gonna see.
And by that time, you got dementia and all kind of weird shit. You can't even, you can't even really enjoy the shit.
I was thinking it, but I didn't say it out. But
yeah.
But we're gonna see 10, 20, 30 generations, man. It's gonna be beautiful. it's going to be so much children that you know that we're going to repopulate different planets, you know,
Yeah.
and the
Oh,
Lord's, you know, and the Lord's what do you say? In my Father's house there are many mansions,
right. Yeah.
you know. So we're gonna go and inhabit different planets, and we're gonna all come back to Jerusalem, just floating in the air because there's too much people to
Yeah.
populate the planet.
Think about you going to a different because there might be a million planets, millions of planets in this galaxy, but there's millions of galaxies.
Esau can't touch any of it, man.
Yeah, he can't. He's all he can do is look at it. He had the Gucci store looking through the glass. Okay, look, think about
All
you
he
going
can do
to.
is see what he can't get.
Yeah, all I can do is see what you can't get. Think about you going to a whole planet of people that you're the Abraham of that planet, man. That everybody there is from your lineage.
That's right.
Think
That's
about it,
right.
and you pop up. They're like, oh, Father Aaron, the patriarch of the family. Oh my goodness, you just
That's
you know
right.
what I mean?
And
Like,
that's and all these Jake's worried about the 2/3, not making it. Hey man,
yeah,
you're gonna be the fathers of the 2/3, man. The 2/3 gonna come back through you.
yeah,
That's the Most High sunning people, man. That's the Most
yeah.
High saying, okay, yeah, you ridiculed these men, you mocked these men, but they're gonna be your fathers,
That's really your
when you
daddy.
come back.
That's really your daddy. You everybody.
Yeah,
Hey man.
that's right. Hey, you might see some brothers on the street say, "I'm your dad."
It's like, you really don't know I'm your daddy, nigga. But hey, you know
I'm really
that
Oh,
and
man.
hey, and when you go to Isaiah the 14th chapter, that's beautiful because it's going. All right, Thursday they're gonna be saying, "Was this the man?" When they looking at our enemy, they're gonna say, "Was this the man that shook kingdoms and all that?" And we're gonna have to show them, man. We're gonna pull up the hologram and show them.
47.
Yeah, look at what they were doing. Look at all the wickedness they pushed forth in the earth, and look at you with your pants down, sagging, and listen. You know what I mean? You're gonna be able to go and have a recollection of look at the
That's
state the
right.
earth was in. It's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be beautiful to really live life in righteousness. We haven't tasted clean water. Okay, we don't. Jake being a fashion, you don't even know what fabrics and really are, man. You don't even know what things is really supposed to look like. You haven't heard real music
Yeah, man.
that are at the perfect frequency, at the perfect pitch. We haven't heard it. So we're gonna have pleasures every more, like the scriptures say, man. We're gonna experience things on a completely different level. So for you to cling on to this darkness, because this place is darkness, you'd be a fool, man. You clearly, somebody who's clinging on to this has not been given the eye salve. Because what this understanding does is it puts a lust for the kingdom in your heart, and you begin to long, and you begin to be vexed with this place. Like, oh my God, it's like that movie. What's that movie called? Ice Cube. Are we there yet? You like the kid in the back seat. Are we there yet? Are we there? Then that's what the disciples and the prophets were asking. Without now restored the kingdom again unto Israel. That was them asking, "Are we there yet?" They had that longing for the kingdom in their spirit.
That's what we do when we measure the time.
Right.
We go and look at the prophecies, go to the news articles. All right, we see the current events that's playing around the world. When we measure the time, we're basically, and when we pray, we're basically asking the Lord, "Hey, are we there yet? Is the thing popping off yet?
Like, I'm
Lord
tired of this
willing,
place.
let it happen soon."
Yeah, Lord willing, you see all that's playing out, man. And hey, as you all know, man, it's gonna be a lot of just coming in, seeking understanding. Just like I mentioned, Proverbs. The proverb in Matthew the 20th chapter, the laborers in the vineyard, people are gonna be coming in the last minute. And I've been meditating on that, and I've been thinking to myself, when we're doing these lessons, because Jake love to get on live stream, they won't go watch the regular upload. They want to get on the live stream.
Yeah.
So when people come on these live stream, oftentimes, man, sometimes you're gonna have to speak and break down things as you go that we wouldn't normally break down because we know people already, get it. But there's new people coming in, so we got to be conscious of that.
Let's
Yeah.
go. We want to get the Isaiah 47 you called.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
We can just go into where the king of Babylon, him being down low.
Oh, Isaiah 14.
Con.
Isaiah 14, 12, I think.
It's Isaiah 14.
Isaiah 14, when it says, "Is this the man that did make it?" Isaiah 14, 12.
I was thinking 14 or 47.
Hey, we can read 47 too, man, because this will I bring thee down. I mean, not this will I bring thee down, but there should be no throne. Isaiah 47.
Con. Yeah.
Yeah, but Isaiah 14 and 12. Oh, you got it?
12.
Yeah. He's a 12.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer?
That's right.
They're in light. Yep, that's like you got it, brother.
Yeah, man. Lucifer's that's your elites. That's that's Esau. Your elites of Esau, man, that rule the world. How's that fallen? All right, it's going into well, right now they're in straits, man. In the fullness of their sufficiency, they should be in straits. They want war. They're infighting against each other. All right, and if they get war, they're gonna be destroyed by Russia. All right, through the power of the Most High. Say that again, up.
And that's prophesied.
That's right.
Yeah. And that word Lucifer there, for those who are new, means light bearer. So you see that word, it's not always like a super wicked word. It means light bearer. And Esau, okay, the so-called white man, he's enlightened on the left-hand side. He's enlightened in wickedness. Okay, but we're enlightened on the right-hand side. We're enlightened in righteousness. Right?
That's right. And he's falling right now. I mean, he's falling right now, but in this time, this is in the future. This is when Esau falls. All right, Lucifer. Go ahead, up.
How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which did weaken the nation? For thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north.
That's right. Brother, you want to get that?
Yeah, so he wants to be like the Most High, okay? And it goes on, to until it actually elaborates on that. And if somebody could go get 2 Thessalonians 2 and start at like verse 4, because this man has a God complex.
That's right.
Okay. So we're able to, because we talked today about the elect, and there's certain characteristics the elect are going to have, but you must keep in mind there's certain characteristics that the wicked are going to have. Everybody could be identified in this book by the things that they're doing. Okay. So you can identify the wicked. There's a people on the earth that have a God complex that say, I know the Lord said this, but I think I know a better way. Oh, I see this fruit over here. It grows. It's full of nutrients, but I'm going to alter it. I'm going to change it. I'm going to make this fruit. I'm going to make a better watermelon. I'm going to make seedless watermelon. You know, there's a person that thinks that they know a better way than the Most High, and they want to exalt their throne above the stars. And we'll go to Isaiah 47, like you mentioned, brother.
That's right.
And we'll read that as well.
Instead of pure herbs, he mixes it with all types of different chemicals, unnatural chemicals.
Petroleum.
It turns it into poison, man, with his witchcraft.
Yeah, he took petroleum, which you're fucking up the earth getting the petroleum. All right. So John D Rockefeller, you guys all know, he's the father of modern medicine. Okay, the same person that was a freaking mogul in the car industry here in America. Yep. He also dominates the medical field. Okay, so he had all the doctors. He also owned the media outlets. He's the Rockefellers are the American branch of the Rockefeller family. Okay, so yeah, so this man had all the holistic doctors that use the natural herbs and medicines, had them blackballed, had them use the media engine for the people to just exile them, right? And then he puts in his petroleum, because they use the petroleum to make those pills that you take, which it doesn't cure you, it just puts off symptoms.
Yep.
But then in return, okay. So
right.
and now you got a returning customer. Okay,
Yep.
so the whole medical industry is not meant to help you, man. You see the symbol, the two serpents around the staff. Okay, so it goes back to witchcraft. Okay,
Pharmakia, witchcraft.
yeah. So
Oh, no.
all right, and I know I went off on a tangent there, but
It's all right.
but yeah, man, there's a man that has a God complex. So it is 2 Thessalonians 2:4.
Okay.
All right, this is Aki, do you want me to start at verse 3 or you get to the point?
You start at verse 3 if you want. It's fine.
All right. This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means.
And there's an ultimate deceiver upon the earth that's pushing his deception, his philosophy upon the whole earth. Brother John, if you want to hold Habakkuk the 2nd chapter and the 4th verse. Brother John, yeah, not
I'm
you,
on,
brother.
I'm on.
Salaki, brother.
It's all good.
What's that book first? No, Habakkuk 2.
Habakkuk 2 and the 4th verse.
Yeah, brother. We just got our Hebrew names right before you left. So yeah, it's all
Yeah.
good.
Salaki, I'm like, that's all right. I'm gonna do better, man. Dang. I don't mean to offend. I don't mean to offend in any way, brother.
No, man. Caught to love. All good, man. All good.
You brothers are dear to me, so.
Okay, this is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the
He's
just
perverse.
shall live by his faith. Yea, also because he transgresseth by one, he is
And
a
for you,
proud man, neither keepeth at home.
for you guys that don't know what the wine is, that wine isn't talking about the wine you drink. Okay, it's talking about the philosophies of a man. Okay, and to prove that, if somebody knows where they stagger but not with strong drink,
Yep, it was already hitting.
somebody can get that just to prove that. It's Isaiah 29:9. But yeah, that's talking about the philosophies that this devil pushes. Okay, and what does he push upon the world? He pushes democracy, adultery, murder, lasciviousness. Okay, usury. He pushes all these things that are against the ways of Bahasham, Yahawashi. And even when you think about democracy in itself, that's wicked when you really think about it, because you got people voting on judgment. When we've been given the judgments, you've been given instruction on how you should run things. Why are we voting on? Okay, how should we? No, you've been given instruction, man. So they take the Bible and throw it to the back of the book when you go in that back of the courtroom. They take and throw it to the back of the courtroom. You got the
they call it the law of the land.
Yeah.
So they're backwards, man. They're the wicked, man. They deceive you. They give you a little bit of goodness, but it's not righteousness. Go ahead, up.
In order for a lie to be a good lie, you have to sprinkle truth in it.
That's right.
You have to have a little bit of truth, and that's what they do.
You want to read that Isaiah 29?
Yeah. Just to back up, but we're reading Habakkuk right now. Then we'll go back to 2 Thessalonians. Yeah.
All right, this is Isaiah chapter 29, verse 9. Stay yourselves and wonder. Cry ye out and cry. They are drunken, but not with wine. They stagger, but not with strong drink.
Yeah, man. So they stagger, but not with strong drink. They stagger with the philosophies.
Mm-hmm.
They're going with every wind of doctrine. All right. Now we can go back to Habakkuk.
So got Habakkuk up.
Yeah, this is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 5. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell.
That's right.
And is as dead, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people.
All right, neither keepeth at home. Okay, and we're seeing that now. This devil, America is the corporation that the elites use to meddle in all the world's affairs. So right now they're over there in Russia. Okay, they're not at home. They have a base damn near in every that's within it's close proximity to every nation on the earth, and they push their philosophies and their ways on all of the world, so the whole world's drunk. Now Russia's not going for that shit. And what they do is they want to push these ways, and they want to set up leaders in all these different countries, man, so that they can set up these central banks.
That's right.
Because they've got the world by the cojones, so to speak, through everybody having to deal with their money system.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Russia's not dealing with it. China's not dealing with it.
yeah. And what's funny today, Biden was on the news, and they was questioning him, and he was saying, "Oh, we're putting sanctions on Russia's, and we're not dealing with any of their banks. Russia don't give a shit anyway if you're dealing with their banks or not." And the reporters were like, "What are sanctions gonna do? Is they gonna the sanctions aren't gonna save the people from dying right now in Ukraine?"
That's right.
But but you know, that shows you that this devil's focus isn't the people, the safety of the people.
Mm-hmm.
Is having dominion over those people in that land through the monetary system, and they go to old reliable to do it. They're gonna go to the sword to do it, and they're gonna fail. They're gonna fail this go round. All right. As I said, neither keepeth at home, but enlargeth his desire as hell. Okay, so the conditions of hell follow this man wherever he goes. The scriptures also call him the border of wickedness, and he heapeth unto himself all people. Because he seeks, like we read in like we're gonna read in Isaiah, the 47th chapter. I think we're gonna go there. This man wants to be like the Most High. In order to be like the Most High, you want to have dominion over all the people, over everything that they do, every facet of life. And what was groundbreaking, which is irrefutable, when we go into Charagma, and you start to see how the blockchain and all those things work. They could program it to where they could ration certain products. So when you take Charagma, they could keep track of, okay, John, or your brother Yahawashi, he wanted to go buy bread today. He's limited to buying one loaf of bread. You're limited to buying 1 gallon of water. They could block you from certain things you could purchase, like, oh, you can't purchase this. It's basically like food vouchers. That's what it's going to be. They're going to be able to control every facet of people's lives, which is being like the Most High. They're trying to manufacture their own blessing, their pseudo blessing. They're trying to manufacture it for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
But the Lord's not going to allow them to have it.
And
But,
it's a crappy design too, man. I mean, I gotta tell you, like, to get dominion that way, that's like, you gotta be the wicked.
Yeah,
that's an ugly dominion, you know.
Yeah,
that's
dirty.
Really ugly.
It's great value to the motherfucker.
Man.
It's really it's a knockoff. It's the Chinatown blessing, man. It's the Chinatown blessing. And
truly, it's the worst. It's the worst empire on the face of the earth, man. That's what that would be, and not in the sense that it was truly, not in the sense that it's worse for it's just worse as in wickedness. Yes, it's worse as wickedness as well, but it's just ugly and dirty, man.
Yeah,
it doesn't look good. I can't see Esau. I can't, like, if a person with a wicked person with a glory, they can't glory in that, man. Everybody else being like rats. You got rats in your house, rats in your dominion.
Yeah, like you're poisoning the people to make them weaker. You know what I mean? You're dumbing everything down. You're holding back the progression in knowledge and technology so that you could no, man. Not only are we going to thrive, we're going to be like gods and the people in our kingdom, but the nations, they're going to thrive as well, man. But they're going to have to.
And the scripture
Good.
said that even the fir trees are gonna rejoice, man.
Right. No fella has come up against us. Yeah.
That's right. Because we wouldn't touch the trees. The trees give oxygen.
Right.
You know.
Balance. this nigga, yeah, I'm calling Esau nigga because he's the real nigga. He's thrown the whole earth out of balance.
That's right. The places we would dwell is at the plains, man. There's certain places where there's no trees. You know, we would dwell
Yeah.
in the plains. We wouldn't dwell in a land full of trees, man. We use those trees
Cut
for
everything
oxygen.
down.
They said it's scientifically proven that when there's more oxygen in the earth, um, you know, the body thrives. The physical body thrives.
Right.
You know, they were
And
bigger. All right, they were stronger.
yeah, Elder Ramla mentioned that in a lesson not too long ago. He says, "Why do you think?" He said, "You know, all these prophecies come to pass. The scriptures talk about how the earth has aged weak, waxed weaker, and how the men have grown smaller in stature. Look at
Right.
what's taking place upon earth. Who's in
According to
authority?
Edris.
Yeah. So yeah, people are smaller in stature. You know what I think? We're weaker. We're not as sharp as we used to be.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And that's all because who's in authority, man?
That's right. This man has polluted the whole world, man. He's a plague. Just they did a timeline on when Esau was in power, basically from 1800s. Well, not 1900s to now. What the world looked like? The world basically looked like it caught a disease.
Yeah.
You know?
Hey, I know all you brothers have seen this animation. It's called what? The Man on YouTube, and it's
Right.
like it shows what he's done. And let me see if I could pull it up and you could share the screen
Um,
because yeah, let me see if I can share my screen with you real quick. I'll press share. I'm doing it now.
you
Chrome
sharing it?
tab. Yeah, I'm sharing it now.
Okay, Con. Let me
Oh,
put it on. Add a screen. There it is.
all right, I'll start it from the beginning. You look at this, man. This is exactly what Esau has done to the world. And this came back out in December 2012. Hey, man, let me say something. This devil.
You got it.
Hey, man, this devil poisons the damn chicken, all the animals that you eat, and he covers it with all this artificial bullshit, so it tastes to where it's really addictive.
Yeah.
To where the shit tastes so damn good to you, you just like, oh fuck, I know this shit's fucked up. But
Con.
yeah,
And
it's just like
recently
yeah,
we've been going into the parasites.
right.
This man,
Damn.
he puts the GMO in the food and stuff like that. He undercooks it, and these animals have parasites.
Right.
You know, he doesn't go through what's it called, a tedious process of cleaning and breeding as well as feeding these animals, and these animals develop parasites, and we eat those parasites. And what they do to us, they want more and more awful foods for you. You know,
Yeah.
the sugars, the fats, the salts. They love that stuff. The parasites that's in your body, they
Yeah.
control your mind to want that food, and you just eat it more and more.
Fuck.
So Esau has developed all of that to a T so that he can maintain his revolving income, his
Right.
passive income.
We,
You know,
you got to be crazy to not want out of this place. We got to go to the same man that has an affinity for eating raw meat, and he's weaponized that, like the brother just went into,
yeah.
to get you to go off. You know what I
And
mean?
there's
So
plenty of parasites in raw meat, man. You got all
even
types
the
of tapeworms, ripworms.
yeah, even the meat that you, oh my goodness, even the meat you go get from the grocery store, you know that they done fed these animals, the beef you get, they done fed the cows pork. You know, they don't, you know what I mean? They done beat them to death. It's probably died of itself, and then they still chopped them up, wrapped it up, put some chemicals on it so it don't mold over. And now you just getting it, you know, 2 weeks later, you know, in the grocery store. You
That's
see what I'm
right.
saying? This place it's dark, man. And that's just one facet of what this devil does, man. You know, you know, if you want to watch it, just type in "man" on YouTube. Yeah, you know, so you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, this devil wicked, man.
And I should really be Esau. You know, that's what it should be called, man. Esau.
Yeah, it should just say Esau on there.
I got a quick precept for your brothers.
Come on.
Real quick. This is Proverbs chapter 29, verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the but when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. And right now, everybody's in a state of mourning because the wicked Esau Edom, the so-called white man, is in rulership. He's destroying the earth, like it says in Revelation, the 11th chapter. You know, he's destroying the air. You know, the people, the things that people eat. You know, it's making them depressed. You know, it's just in a state of mourning.
Right.
And the Lord has to come back and destroy this place, to cleanse this place with nuclear fire. You know, to restore righteous order. And that's when the earth and even like one of your brothers mentioned earlier, the other nations are going to be in a rejoicing moment because it's going to be a earth full of righteousness.
Right.
Isaiah 47.
Yeah. I was like, dang.
Yeah.
It was Isaiah 47. Yeah.
From the top or
Yeah.
Yeah, we can get it from the top.
Isaiah 47 from the top. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon.
And that
All right,
virgin
talk.
daughter of Babylon is America, Babylon the Great.
Right.
All right, because this America has not seen any war on the soil. It's besides the Civil War, no nations have come and invaded America. This is why it's the virgin daughter of Babylon. Now, we know that ancient Babylon is in Iraq territory. That's the ancient. It's saying daughter of Babylon, which is America. All right, this place is the embodiment of all the different empires on the earth, and with that, it has all the spiritual wickedness as Babylon in the past. We
Right.
know that Abraham came from Babylon. You know, Arab Chaldees. What did they do then? They worship idols. That's what this place is right now.
Yeah.
So it's walking. It says, "Come and sit in the dust." All right, that's the confusion. Babel, the word Babel itself means confusion. Okay, Babylon is the kingdom of confusion where all these different doctrines are mixed, and it's called the melting pot of the nations. Man, they melt all the different doctrines together. Man, you got we're going into the Trinity, and the Trinity involves mixing and mingling all these different gods together and making it, you know, the triune God, triune deity of the Roman Catholic Church, Roman Catholic Empire. You know, so that's what this place is. It's a place of confusion. Go ahead up.
It says, sit on the ground, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate.
No more are these people going to be the standard on the earth. They're going to be the base the basis of people. They're going to
which
be
is their
peasants.
which is their original state.
That's right. That's right. These people are beasts, man. Job said, he will not set them by the dogs of his flock. Basically, they were too vile and too profane to even be around his animals.
Yeah.
All right. You know what they
It
would do to the animals?
Yeah, that's what they do today. You see all
Yeah.
these Edomites, and I know in Charleston they be walking their dog like a motherfucker.
Oh
Now,
yeah, man.
you know,
Yeah.
a lot of those people do to their dogs. You ever see Edomite walking his dog, and the dog got like a weird vibe to it. He got his
Yeah.
tail tucked. He ain't wagging his tail like a normal dog. He
You
just
know.
got his tail tucked, and he looking around. He look kind of scared.
And the way they kissing their dogs, and hey, man, it's
They
it's
freaking gross.
ridiculous, man.
Like the brother quoted, they're profane, meaning they're outside the temple. They were
That's
created
right.
to be, adverse to righteousness, man, as an example of what not to be.
And might I say, these people are beasts. When you puff
Yeah.
yourself up, just like Nebuchadnezzar, when he puffed himself up and stated that his kingdom was created by his hands, what did the Lord do to him? He made him a beast. Made him run the field as a beastly man. So this
Yeah.
man turned into an actual beast, and that's what the Lord is doing to Esau. All right, that's what the Lord has made Esau. He's made Esau as a beastly man.
And these stupid Babylonians think that's a good thing. They call themselves beasts. Like, I'm a beast.
Savage.
I'm a savage.
Yeah, that's right. But he said that about the Native Americans, but really, that was him. He was the savage. He was the beast.
Yeah.
So-called Native Americans, Slovakia,
Yeah.
which is the Northern Kingdom.
Yeah. He's low. He was created to be like I said, he's an example of what not to be. All right.
Right.
And they the real beast, man. Back when they were in those caves, or especially when they showed in that movie Planet of the Apes, when they read this, I forgot which Planet of the Apes it was at the end of the movie. It's one of the old Planet of the Apes movies.
Yeah.
He said, read the 36. He read to him the 36 scroll.
Mm-hmm.
And it said, beware of the beast man, for he'll make a wasteland out of your home and his. And that's what this devil has done, man. He's made a wasteland of the earth.
He's the harbinger of death. That's what it
Yeah.
said.
That's what it said. I can't remember word for word, but yeah.
Go ahead, up.
Verse 2. Take the millstones and grind meal. Uncover thy locks. Make bare the lay.
All right, that's what's happening through this word, man. This word is making Esau bare, man. This word has made Esau bare. We're bearing all his iniquity. We're out there. We're showing the world all his iniquity. It says shameful spewing should be upon his glory. That's what happened to Esau, and it's going to continue to happen until he falls. All right, go ahead, up.
Uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered.
And that's what's happening. His wickedness is coming out. The Lord, what is it? Is it Jeremiah 30? No. He was like, I will visit the iniquity of Edom.
I think that is Lamentations, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Lamentations 4 and 30.
20, like 21.
Okay, let me see if I can find it. Because the Lord.
4 and 22. 21. 4 and 21.
4 and 21, Con. Let me see if I can get it. Oh, yeah. Con, it says, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee, and thou shalt be drunken, and shall make thyself naked. So Esau's becoming naked. All right, by his own tongue sometimes is coming against him. And because at the end of the day, this man put out his plans on what he was going to do. What's it called? The stones. I forget the stones.
Georgia Guidestones.
The Georgia Guidestones. He told us that he was going to establish a new world order. He was only going to keep 500,000 people, and most of them were going to be Moabites. Because they were able to be in order. They could be controlled and whatnot.
Right.
He told us all these things. So your plans were revealed to us through the Spirit, and a lot of times it was by Esau himself. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. So this is when Israel is redeemed. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. So the Most High, all right, he's going to be looking at Esau with a magnifying glass. Everything that he has done, all right, everything that he has done has been seen by the angels, and it's going to be judged.
Yeah, he watching us, but the Lord is watching him. All right,
That's right.
And nobody can deliver you out of the Lord's hand.
Because Esau thought he could get away with it.
Yeah.
That's what the Lord said. He said, "Thou thoughtest I was one such as you."
Yeah. Hey, this what y'all say. I don't know if you mentioned this, but the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun.
That's right.
Everything he's done has been recorded, and everything he's done, really, if you want to get technical, was instruction from the Lord himself. He had angels on the left hand side that Esau deals with, that he's instructed.
Mm-hmm.
You got to realize, just like
It's crazy.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
just King King Ahab, they may fall at Ramoth Gilead. Who shall I send
Entice.
entice King Ahab that he may fall at Ramoth Gilead? Who sent the instructions?
Mm-hmm.
All right, the Lord controls both. So really, everything this devil doing, what he don't get is the Lord had him do it anyway. He in a trick bag.
That's right. And he can't break out of that.
He can't.
He can't break out of how he was molded, man. He was molded
Yeah.
to be the wicked, pursuant to Romans 9. And he can't speak. Well, he can speak against the Lord, but he can't do anything.
Yeah.
Damn. That's just his place. He was that vessel fitted for destruction, man.
Right, man. No way around it.
Some of these 2/3 are as well. But yeah, Esau's sins is being discovered. You can continue on out.
It says, verse 3, the book of Isaiah, chapter 47, and verse 3. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man.
That's right. The Lord's going to come back, man, as he's going to come back in the spirit. That's
a great power.
That's right. I was thinking of the flying serpent, but that's not it. But yeah, he's going to come back, as a flame, man.
Yeah. He's going to come back as that great angelic force, and every eye shall see him, even those that pierced him. Okay, so he's not going to come back to where you can even do anything to him, man. He's going to come back in a fashion and in a sort to where it's going to be child's play to make light work of you people, man.
Yeah, you won't be able to touch the Lord mortally, man. You won't be able to wound him mortally. All right, he's going to come back and he's going to give you just straight judgment.
And
judgment that you can't do anything about.
Right, and even when their better judgment tells them to submit and run, the Lord's going to put the spirit on them not to. He said, we're so afraid, but yet durst fight. He's going to put the spirit on them to still fight back.
Yeah,
the same way he going to put the same way he going to put the spirit on Esau to not repent. Even when we round them up, he's going to put the spirit on them to not repent, man, to be unrepentant, like it says in Revelation.
That's
So
right.
when the dude come up to you telling you, talk about, oh, you know, Esau's going to have to repent to be a servant in the kingdom. That's fucking bullshit. It clearly states in Revelation that he's going to be unrepentant. So what the hell are we
That's
talking
right.
about? So, you know, yeah, man, there's no way that this devil even wins. To the carnal eye, it looks like he's gonna win, but we're comforted in the fact that we know exactly how things will play out, and we're confident in the things that are happening now. The Ukraine situation, that's written. It's written in the scriptures that the
Mm-hmm.
conflict with these specific nations would pop off.
Yeah.
It's
You
written in
know,
the scriptures. Yeah, and you go to Joel, the 3rd chapter, even gives you the whereabouts of where the great conflict will ultimately happen. So we're comforted. We're like, damn, that's on point. That's on point. That's on point. It's like everything the Lord said it's just happening. So we know too what that, like we read earlier, judges are going to be restored as the first, and we've been given that inclination that we're a part of that number because the Lord has put this burning in us to pursue Him in this fashion.
And since you mentioned that, brother, Isaiah 33:6, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times.
Right.
that's
That's
right.
what's going to keep us stable in our mind because we're measuring the times diligently
Mm-hmm.
through
Right.
the prophecies that are taking place in the scriptures. And also says in Isaiah 34 that none of these shall fail. And that's talking about prophecy,
That's right.
you know?
And if we can get 2nd Ezra 7:56 real quick, because the Lord has already ordained our fight, man.
I
So
got it.
we know what we're fighting against and how to fight it.
I got it. It's 2nd Ezra, the 7th chapter and the 56th verse. All right, it reads, "For while we lived and committed iniquity, we considered not that we should begin to suffer for it after death. Then answered he me and said, This is the condition of the battle which man that is born upon the earth shall fight. That if he be overcome, he shall suffer as thou hast said. But if he get the victory, he shall receive the thing that I say. For this is the
That's it.
life where." Yep. Okay.
Oh, you go ahead.
Okay.
You
For
was
this is
reading
verse
more.
59. Huh?
Oh, go ahead. You good. Slock you.
It's verse 59. It says, "For this is the life where Moses spake unto the people while he lived, saying, Choose thee life that thou mayest live."
That's right. So we have to fight against the iniquity on the earth, man. And we have to continue to choose life and righteousness. And what's going to happen? The things that the Lord has said that we would receive, we're going to receive those. So we have comfort in that. We know what our fight is. We know what the battle is. You know,
Right.
it's all spiritual. You know, we're not. I mean, you can kill our flesh, but our spirit
Yeah.
still has that promise.
Yeah. The scriptures say, "Fear not him who is able to destroy the body, but fear him who is able to destroy both soul and body in hell."
That's right.
And
This
so
this thing is how I say it, man. It's inter uh, not interstellar. It's outer terrestrial, man, out of the body.
yeah,
That's what this thing is, man.
yeah.
We're
This
our
is above
trial
the
is not to have riches in this
yeah,
life, man.
yeah.
We don't.
It's above the
It's,
carnal experience.
yeah, it's crazy because we can throw this life away, throw our physical body and all that stuff, throw it away for the kingdom, man. We're gonna receive the kingdom afterwards. Even those that died, man, they're gonna receive it. They're gonna be raised back up, man, in the spirit, given new bodies. That's crazy. You know, the
Mm-hmm.
people that look at us say, see, the way we speak on the streets, they think we're crazy.
Right.
Even honestly, if maybe 3 years ago, before I was, before I knew about the truth, I would think I was crazy.
Right.
You know,
You wouldn't get along
It's-
with your old self.
you know.
You wouldn't get
But we
along
have
with the old you.
comfort, yeah, man. And we can be crazy for Yahawah's sake. That's what Paul did, man. He made himself nothing.
Yeah. Hey, that's what Yahawashi did. The scriptures say he made himself of no reputation.
That's right.
So, the servant isn't above his Lord. So what should you be out here having ceremonies in the eldership? I'm making a reference to Zabak, but you know what I mean? There's a certain conduct we're supposed to have.
Right.
We're not supposed, there's a certain way we're supposed to walk right now in this time. Because we are going to receive great glory and great honor. We are going to get those new bodies and be changed. We are going to get these things, but it's a certain way we're to keep until that time, till that's made manifest.
Yeah, man. It's through the Spirit. It's through the Spirit, and we're comforted through that.
Yeah.
You got anything else up?
No, I'm. Hey, we hit pretty much everything. I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we went to various topics, and
Yeah.
we covered the Lord comforting us through the Word,
Yeah.
So, y'all brothers got anything? Anything to close out? We'll just close out with that, man.
Right.
So we want to give all praises to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Kodash. All right. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings to the brothers pushing this truth to the four corners of the earth. Salakia, I didn't say that earlier. Shalom to the hopeful elect. Hey, we're comforted in the word. In the brotherhood, and in the faith. There's no way that brothers, just not just brethren, but women and children from all four corners of the earth, we believe the same thing if it wasn't for the Holy Spirit. The way this truth is spreading is through the Holy Spirit, and it comforts us. So no matter if you lose family, friends, you have this faith. You have faith that you will receive it again in the kingdom. So just keep enduring. Brother, you want to say something?
Yeah, man, and like you mentioned, that's a part of the cost you must count. You know what I mean? Your circle gets a lot smaller when you come into this walk, and that's okay. We've all been through it, but just stay on the path, and like the scriptures say, oh dang, I don't want to do it, but if you want to get that precept where this Lord says, you should receive 100-fold for all those who have forsaken brethren, families.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
God, we'll get it. Yeah, that's a good one to close off on.
Yeah. Because we touched on being comforted, but we didn't really go into the fact about the family aspect. You do lose ties, that close connection you had with people in the world. It does fade away, and that's okay. It sucks. You may go through a little bit of heartbreak, but that's part of this walk, man. Going through heartbreak,
Let's see, still looking for it up. Yeah, if you can find it, if you find the first, it's all good.
Okay.
You can go ahead and read it.
All right, so this is the book of St. Mark, chapter 10, verse 28. Then Peter began to say unto him, Lo, we have left all and followed thee. And Yahawashi answered and said, Verily I say unto you, there is no man that hath left house, or brethren, or sisters, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands, for my sake and the gospel's, but he shall receive in 100-fold, now in this time, houses, and brethren, and sisters, and mothers, and children, and lands, with persecutions, and in the world to come eternal life.
All right. So you could use that for reincarnation as well, because they didn't receive that during that lifetime. They're gonna receive that in the kingdom.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and that's what we've done. We've forsaken, we've taken this truth and placed it over our wives, family, children, dreams, etc., for the sake of our Lord. And for that sacrifice, the scriptures say we will receive 100-fold, man, which is what we were talking about in the kingdom, bringing the 2/3 back and enjoying all the things that the Lord has for us.
Mhm.
Right? Yeah. So that's it on that for me. Yeah.
Yeah, man. We'll close out with that. The water to everyone on the comment board who tuned in.
Yeah.
All right. Shalom to y'all. All right. Shalom. The water to the brother for coming on to the live.
Pleasure.
Lord
Hopefully
willing,
we
we
can
have
do this
much
on a
more.
regular basis.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Lord willing. Lord willing.
Yeah.
All right, brother. All right, y'all. Shalom. Shalom.
So
Shalom, shalom.
Let me see. All right, come on.